What we're going to do today is we're going to give you a broad update on what we call Fit for 2024, which is our next generation of transformation for the whole of the council and the whole of the region. And we're going to kick off, because we now know how to do it, showing you a little video, just a few minutes, just to give you a flavour of it. Then we'll go on and do a short presentation, and then there's an opportunity for questions about anything that you hear throughout the kind of presentations, but equally anything else that you want to ask about, whether it's an issue you want to raise, whether it's a question you have, but any aspect of the council or employment, etc. So I'm going to kick off, but Jason is going to try and get this to move and start. You'll see at the end there's a couple of little links where you can get more information, and we have stuff on our staff web pages, etc., where it can give you a lot more information and an opportunity to feedback and ask further questions. So I'm going to try and tell you a bit more about Fit for 2024, and as I say, it's the next generation of transformation, and this is really in light of the kind of, it's a combination of things. It's a changing context. We need to make our services fit for purpose in terms of making them more accessible to our customers, to make sure the outcomes are better for our customers, but it's also to meet the massive financial challenges that we have across the region. So at the moment, we are looking at, over the next 5 years, a budget challenge, if you like, of £30 million. But to put that in context, over the last 5 years to date, we have managed to deliver savings of around £60 million. So it's not impossible to deliver this, but you can imagine that if we've delivered £60 million worth of savings already across a budget of around 270 million revenue budget, then we've taken every single easy thing there is to take. There is nothing left. That is just simply a case of doing things a bit differently and saving a significant amount of money. So we are now looking at the fundamental shape and size of the organisation to see how we can change things to deliver things in a different way, which is more efficient but also delivers on our customer services aspirations. Attributed to this particular programme, we're looking for £18 million worth of savings over the next 5 years. And in the first year, we have got £850,000 worth of savings to achieve. Now, we think we've got plans for all of that 850,000 at the moment, but you know, it's within a context of an existing 8.5 million that we also have to deliver this year. So we have plans for the 8.5 million and we have plans for the 850,000. But that still means significant challenge for us in being able to deliver that. And if we can't deliver it from the places that we think we've found already, then we need to find alternatives, because there is no option other than to deliver that level of saving this year. And that's really what the flexibility is about, because sometimes we have a plan to deliver something in an area, we think we can do a review, we think we can do something different with technology, and it just doesn't work, and so we have to look for alternatives. And to be honest, digital is at the very centre of a lot of this, like a lot of these kind of ideas. We've got the ERP, which is our back office operating platform, which is now beginning to start to show some real kind of opportunities for us to reduce costs in some of those areas and to make processes much more efficient. And we also have a digital customer access platform, which is a whole kind of front-facing interface with our customers. And again, we hope that that will offer opportunities to make the organisation more efficient, but equally to make it more accessible to people. People don't want to have to just squeeze their interactions with the council into a sort of 9 to 5 window. People want to be able to pay bills and find out things any time of the day or night, any day of the week. So I think that's really important that we really modernise our services around that. So Claire's going to move on to talk to you a bit about the kind of key structure of the programme, and then after that we'll have an opportunity to ask any particular questions and go into a bit more detail in any area that you would like to hear a bit more about. So I'll hand it to you.
So there's 5 key strands to this programme. Service reviews, they'll take place across all council services over the next 4 years. Community engagement, participation and empowerment are absolutely central to that process and everything that we're looking at. Ensuring we make the best use of our property and any other assets, and digital transformation, as Tracy's touched on, that connected with process improvement and productivity is absolutely key to the work we've got to do. So these 5 areas are absolutely interdependent on each other. So we've pulled together a team. That core team is in place now, and it consists of specialists in business change, social work transformation and process improvement. We've also got dedicated internal resource coming from HR, transformation, communications, key finance colleagues and IT, all to work on the programme together. As we're moving forward, we've also got other officers taking forward key strands of work that are absolutely vital to making the savings that we need. So that's things like property rationalisation and work with the communities. So that we're obviously in the early stages of this programme. Where we're beginning with service reviews is we're having a review of all senior management across the council, social work services, which links back to that core team that we just touched on there, that we've got some expertise brought in to help us with that, fleet management and passenger transport. So those are the 4 areas that we've started work on. The principles guiding these service reviews include flatter structures, greater flexibility, demand-led working patterns, which is a change for us as an organisation. So instead of doing the traditional 9 to 5, we need to look at what do our customers want, so what shifts should we be working, what hours should we be working to meet that need, and joint working with our partners, so trying to do as much as possible we can with the shared resources. The next steps going forward in the project is the team are developing a plan over the next 18 months, and that will outline the rest of the service review. So across the council, every review will be mapped out, and then staff will have awareness of when that's going to happen. It'll also include a work plan for all the various projects that we're pulling together. So what is the Fit for 2024 approach for the council? It's a whole council approach. So instead of us looking at different departments and operating in different ways, we need to take a whole council approach, and we need to be consistent in how we do that. Changes need to be evidence-based and demand-led, so the customer has to be absolutely at the root of everything that we're looking at. So if we're making changes, we need to bear that in mind so that we're trying to bring in improvements. I touched on all these work streams are interconnected, and I think a good example of that is the Jedburgh campus. So it's a property-based project, but it's also allowing us to take quite a radical look at how we look at the service provision there, digital opportunities, community participation, and bringing staff together in one site so that we can really maximise the opportunity for that community. Okay, happy to take any questions.
So you don't have to limit your questions to what we've just talked about, because we're only giving you a very brief kind of outline of the kind of programme of 2024 even. So if there's anything else that you want us to touch on, some more about the budget challenges or how this might impact on your own kind of work or job or whatever, then we're happy to answer any of those questions. So over to you.